That was bold. That was like some Finding Carter type deal. Whew. What up, y'all? This is me, Y'all already know the vibes. I am back with another video, and today I'm going to be reacting to story times on TikTok. So yeah, I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And make sure to grab some tea. You know, we about to be listening to some juiciness, so you might as well do that. And if you already have your drink with you, you should like this video and also subscribe, you know, like the vibes and whatnot. And if you don't have your drink with you, you know, I'll wait. You can do that too. Great. All right. So, yeah. So today, the day I'm filming for the Breonna Taylor case, only one cop got charged, but didn't even get charged for her murder. He got charged for disturbing the neighbors. And honestly, like, it's insane, like the fact that that's even possible. And it's been a long day. So, you know, I know that my God is a just God, and so justice will be served, whether it's here now or not. And so that provides me a little bit of peace. So, you know, I just hope that justice actually does get served here. If not, I mean, it will eventually. So that's all I have to say. And yeah, okay, so I just wanted to make my day a little bit better and watch some TikToks, and I thought I should record it and show y'all my reaction. So let's do this. Let's start this video. I'm excited. Let's do this.
My neighbors saw me naked. Story time. So sometimes a bitch sleeps naked because I get hot as fuck, and because I heard a lot of good things about it. But anyways, this particular night, a bitch was naked, and I woke up out of my slumber thirsty as fuck. Like I was literally feeling like SpongeBob when he went to Sandy's. But a bitch didn't put on clothes like a normal person because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning and no one was up. So I thought it would be a good idea to get out of bed and get water naked. So I'm getting my water and minding my own business, and my boyfriend's mom decides to come out of the room. And she knew I was in the kitchen, but she didn't know I was naked. And she starts walking towards me, and I was like, oh hell no. I wasn't about to have my boyfriend's mom see me naked. You got me fucked up. So I thought it would be a good idea to run outside the back door, which leads to our backyard. But because I did that, my boyfriend's mom obviously thought it was suspicious. So she opens the back door and calls my name. So I run through the side of the house to get to the front of the garage door. My thought process at the time, I was gonna put in the garage code to get into the house through the garage. But that didn't happen. Part 2 gonna be funny. My neighbors saw me naked. Story time. So I ran through the side of the house to get to the garage door that's in the front of the house. Keep in mind, I am bare booty cheeks naked, running outside just so my boyfriend's mom didn't see me naked. So I get to the garage door and I put in the code. The code wasn't working, and I'm just standing there freaking out like, no. I was standing right here, butt naked, trying to put in this code. And the fence is pretty low, so if my neighbors came out, they would definitely see me naked, which is exactly what happened. It was 3 a.m. and my neighbors came out. I guess I was being super loud. So my neighbors came out and they're like, hey, who's over there? And I literally stood there frozen as fuck, shook. I looked like a deer in headlight. After I was done freaking out, I thought it would be a good idea to book it. So I started running towards the front door. That was the dumbest decision ever, because if I didn't do that, my neighbors probably wouldn't have seen me naked. Once I decided to make a run for it, the outside light came on, because the light is triggered by a motion sensor. Then the light flashed on me, and me and my neighbor just stared at each other like. Then I ran for the front door, which happened to be unlocked.
Wow. Well, that's a hot mess type story. Oh my goodness. Imagine if the mom really found it. That would have been bad. But the neighbors also saw her. So it didn't really, the whole situation was not a good idea. So what have we learned? If you're gonna get a glass of water, put clothes on. That's all I gotta say. All right, let's do this.
What
When I was in 4th grade, I started becoming friends with this girl, Maddie. She was the coolest girl in the grade. Everyone loved her. She wasn't a mean, popular girl, though. She was really nice. One day, Maddie invited me over for a sleepover, and I, of course, said yes. So I'm at Maddie's house. We're having a great time. But one thing I didn't tell Maddie is that I'm slightly lactose intolerant, and her dad made 3 cheese macaroni that night for dinner. But I was too nervous to say anything, so I ate the entire bowl. And then we started watching a movie, and I'm really not feeling good. So I go to the bathroom, and I take a huge shit. But for some reason, the toilet isn't flushing. It's not clogged, but you just can't flush. So I panic. I look through her bathroom cabinets and I find Ziploc bags. I reach into the toilet and I take my shit out and I put it in the Ziploc bag. And then I throw it out the window. A few weeks later in school, Maddie tells me that her mom is worried they have a peeping Tom coming to their house trying to scare them. Her mom called the police and asked them to keep an eye on her street. And when I asked Maddie why her mom thought that, she said, well, it's pretty gross, but he pooped in a Ziploc bag and threw it at her rose bushes. Maddie said my mom's really upset because the rose bushes are where my mom put my grandma's ashes. I was like, oh yeah, that's super scary. Hopefully they find the guy who did that. And hopefully Maddie never said my mom's really upset because...
Wow. Yeah. Well, I hope she doesn't have you on TikTok because that would be very awkward. That'd be very awkward for her to find out so many years later. Oh my goodness. That is a hot mess story. Honestly, it's so funny because, like, I feel like if you go to somebody's house, that would usually happen. Like, there's something stupid. And it's funny that that did happen to her. But she was bold. She was bold to throw it out the window like that. She was bold. That was bold of her. That was bold of her. All right, let's do this.
Crazy ass story time. 23 years ago, there was this mother of 2 children who just recently had a 3rd child. Soon after, the newborn baby was sleeping in the nursery while they were throwing a house party, and unfortunately, during the party, the house caught on fire. Everyone scrambles out of the house and they couldn't get to the baby, and then the cops concluded that the baby had died in the fire. But her other 2 kids made it out alive. And even though the cops told her that her baby had died, she refused to believe it. Many years later, the mother took her 2 children to a birthday party, and there was this other woman there with her child. And now the mother looks at that child and is in shock because she looks so much like her other 2 kids. She goes up to the little girl and says that she has bubble gum in her hair so that she can steal a few strands of her hair. She took it to a lab and they DNA tested it, and that little girl was her child. So it turns out many years ago during that house party, a woman that the mother knew went upstairs, took the baby, and started the fire so that the baby would be declared as dead and she could easily get away with kidnapping her. And then she ran from the cops and they can't find her.
Oh my gosh, that's psychotic. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. But that was psychotic. Oh no. Well, I'm glad that she found her child though. You know, like that's the odds though of really finding the child is insane. But the fact that someone would really take the child that's a friend of the mother, knowing that she'll see her again, that was bold. That was bold. That was like some Finding Carter type deal. Whew.
So a woman just came in and she wanted 2 half-pound bags of turkey. And I said, okay, so you want a full pound but split into 2 bags? And she said, no. I want 2 half-pound bags of turkey. And I said, okay. All right. So, ma'am, do you want a full pound of turkey but in 2 bags of a half? No. And she's like, and she cut me off. I hate being cut off. And she was like, no. I want 2 half-pound bags of turkey. And I said, ma'am, okay. Do you want a full pound of turkey? But it is split up into 2 1/2-pound bags. And she looked at me like I was trying to mess with her. Like I have the time or energy to mess with. And she said, what are you, some kind of smart ass? No, I want 2 half-pound bags. I said, man, 2 half-pounds is a full pound. Do you want a full pound, but in 2 half-pound bags? And she said, no, I want 2 pounds, each one 1/2 pound. I said, so a full, listen, you don't have to if you can't. But if the merch link is in my bio and I very much want to quit.
Honestly, man, at work, I hear that. Oh my goodness, I used to work at the dry cleaners and like people would be acting wild sometimes. And like they'll ask me a question and I'll tell them and still be like not. Or I'll tell them what they were asking for, but then it's just a hot mess. I felt it. I felt what he felt. I understand.
If you're wondering if you're ugly or if boys are just insecure, go with the second option. In my high school math class, this kid always made fun of me, but like we were kind of homies. Like that was our relationship. We'd always joke, give each other homework, cheat off each other's tests. We both fail. never was attracted to him. Like, it was just very platonic. But on the last day of school, I remember this vividly. And I only remember this because my mom and my sister were in the car with me. He calls me, and confesses that he had the biggest crush on me. Mind you, he has a girlfriend. And I vividly remember in the phone call, he just said, "Abby, you're like those girls in a painting. I can look at you forever." And I just said, "Oh, thanks." Again, this was my sophomore year of high school. No self-confidence. And no one called me back then, so my family was like, "Who was that?" And I just said, "Oh, just a friend. He was asking about the homework." Homework on the last day of school. So yeah, you're not ugly. People are just scared.
She's right. You're not ugly. People are just scared. That's on period, okay? That is on period. Honestly, like, that's how people are for some reason. It's like weird. It's weird. You a baddie. Baddie, my little boot. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just slips out.
So I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I just flew across the country to meet a girl that I met on TikTok to help her drive back to her home in Miami. Here's the story. One of my videos came up on her For You page. She went to my Instagram, I saw her picture, and I was like, she's cute. So I stalked her page pretty hard and then slid into her DMs. We started texting a lot, and then I finally asked her on a FaceTime date, which I got pretty dressed up for. And then we talked a lot. We talked for a few hours every day for the next few weeks, and I was falling pretty hard. I secretly messaged her sister to see if I could send her a few of her favorite snacks, including an old hoodie I wore on a first date. She loved it. We kept talking, and then she was going to come back to Miami to stay with her family. And I had the idea, what if we go on a road trip? What better way to get to know somebody than drive across the country with them? She thought about it and said okay. I made sure to call her parents and let them know I'd take care of their daughter, got a haircut, packed my bags, set my alarm, got in the car, thanks again mom, and drove super early to the airport. But here I am, going to meet a girl I met on TikTok in the middle of a pandemic. There's a lot of thoughts going on inside my head, and I know that maybe it won't work out, but maybe it will. Either way, we'll have a great story to tell. Stay tuned. So if you didn't see the first video, I flew across the country to meet a girl that I met on TikTok to help her drive back so she can be with her family in Miami. Here's what happened next. We met outside her car, and we were both relieved that neither of us were catfished. She took me to El Matador Beach in Malibu, where we had In-N-Out right on the beach. It was amazing. I also jumped in the water, and it was really cold. Met her sister's family, and we started our road trip. We drove through Vegas, and then tried to go to the Hoover Dam, but it was closed. But then found this cool little hike right around the corner. We had a little trouble with almond butter, but then we kept driving and watched the sunset on top of this beautiful mountain just south of the Grand Canyon. We set our alarms and got up super early to watch the sunrise at the Grand Canyon, and it was so worth it. And then... just kidding, but I did ask her to be my girlfriend, and we shared our first kiss. We drove for a bit more and had a picnic on the side of the road. Some people slept, then we drove to El Paso, where we spent the night and started driving through Texas, had some Texas barbecue, and drove through Texas. We stopped for some spicy margaritas on the San Antonio Riverwalk that hit some people harder than others. It feels like we're never leaving Texas. If you haven't seen the first two videos, I flew across the country to meet a girl that I met on TikTok to help her drive back to be with her family in Miami. So far we met, we're officially dating, and we're still in Texas. Much later. We drove into one of these tornado tumbleweed things that was kind of cool until we eventually made it to Houston, where we stayed with her aunt and uncle, who made one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life. Yum. We spent the night, said goodbye, and then had to stop at New Orleans at Cafe Du Monde because beignets. Straight up delicious. We kept driving to the Panhandle, where we stayed at a hotel right on Panama City Beach, where we enjoyed the water and the sunshine, and then we packed our bags, and when I say we, I mean me. And then we got Whataburger. Man, we eat a lot. I had a little fun at one of the pit stops and said she couldn't get in unless she danced. Enjoy. We started the last leg of our trip before we meet each other's families.
That is so cute. That doesn't even sound real. Like, that's how cute it is. That's cute. Honestly, I'm rooting for them. I hope it all goes well, you know? That is so cute. That's so random. Man, she's really trusting because she could have got kidnapped. I'm sorry. This is where my mind goes. That's why I don't go outside. I'm sorry. Nah, seriously though. Like, seriously. Like, yeah. But that was dope. That was really cool, honestly. Hope you guys enjoy these story times. Like, I definitely enjoyed them. Definitely brightened up my day. I have so many more I want to watch, and I can do part 2 or whatever. So I probably will definitely do part 2. And I don't know, I think it's lit. And also, if you haven't liked this video already, please like do so. That'd be nice. And also subscribe if you like the vibes went out, because we Lady McNuggets out here. We really are. And so you might as well like join along, you know. And also the post notification bell so get notified. I do post every Monday and Friday, so you might as well stay tuned with us. And yeah. Let me know which story time was your favorite, or like, yeah, that's pretty much, I mean, yeah, or, yeah, no, yeah, that, I think that's good. We're gonna put that one, yeah, great. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and, yeah, this is Miyagi OVO, and we out.